Hey everyone! For those that don't know me, my name is Dr. Monica Du. I am a pediatrician turned homeschool mom and keeper of my home, and on my channel, I share many different elements of homeschool, living a whole food plant-based diet, medical information, and health awareness issues that I feel to be important and so very useful for people that really want to do what they can to live healthy and fulfilling lives for themselves and their families. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about advanced glycation and products and just how harmful they can be to our bodies. What happens when we eat fried foods or foods that are heated to high temperatures? Come join me as we talk about this today. Many of us enjoy the smell and aroma of that barbecued chicken, that barbecued rib, that hamburger, those French fries, donuts, all of these different foods that are processed with high heat. When foods are processed with high heat, they actually undergo a chemical reaction. It has been studied. It's called the Maillard reaction. In particular, to talk about foods that contain fat and protein and how they interact with sugar or glucose in the blood. Or, in the case for today, how do these foods that have undergone a Maillard reaction, what happens when they produce advanced glycation end products, which are basically the byproducts that form from highly heated foods, as I mentioned before. These advanced glycation products have been studied and have been shown to be causative of inflammation in the body, cell damage, advanced aging, and even cellular death over time and cancers. When we eat these foods that are under high heat, produce these products, and these products enter our bodies. And our bodies then have to go and figure out what to do with them. They don't belong in our bodies. This causes oxidative stress and a pro-inflammatory state with illnesses such as metabolic syndrome and insulin resistance, which then can lead us to diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cancers, and so many more chronic issues. I tell you this today because I want you to be aware of this. At least if you are aware, you can then make an educated decision as to whether or not you want to still eat foods that have been highly processed and highly heated. These are the things that you find in your fast food restaurants, your burgers, your ribs, your fried eggs, donuts, as I mentioned before, your French fries, the foods that are heated under dry heat and high temperatures. Once they are done in this way, the foods are altered, chemical bonds are broken, and they are not able to return to its original nutritional state. Red meats in particular that contain fats and proteins are subject to these breakdown products, as well as milk. Sometimes we don't remember that milk is oftentimes pasteurized. Unless some are drinking it raw, it is pasteurized and means that it has undergone a heating process. Milk also contains high amounts of protein and sugars, and these things, when ingested, are not easily processed, and our cells and our body's mechanism to try and keep us healthy have to work overtime, and sometimes it is not successful. So why not feed ourselves with foods that are life-giving and not foods that will, even though give us a small moment of pleasure, will then lead us to long and life lessening issues. Let's be around long for our families, and let's stick around long on this earth in a healthy state, not having to take medications for health issues that we could have prevented. So what can we do? Of course, there are foods that we do have to cook, but we don't have to fry them, deeply cook them to high temperatures, barbecue them, or broil them. We can instead use other cooking methods, such as a light stir fry, a light baking, a light steaming, and of course, fresh. Eating our foods as fresh as possible and, of course, as safely as possible. Whole foods are best enjoyed this way and give us the most nutrients that they can afford us. But for those things that need to be cooked, of course, for example, like beans, rice, and certain foods that are just going to be difficult to digest, cook them in an appropriate manner, but don't bury them in oils and with frying, because it chemically breaks them down and really, really wreaks havoc to our health. So think about the Maillard reaction, advanced glycation end products, and how this plays a role when you're out and about and the food choices that you're making. I hope this was helpful for you, and stay tuned for more helpful videos on health, home, homeschooling, family, and more in order to live a full and sustainable life. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.